Hey everybody, my name is Bill Durand. I'm doing this video really for a couple different reasons. I watched a lot of different videos the other day on near-death experiences, and I really wanted to share mine and then kind of share with you what I've been through in my life. Back in 2020, before they knew what COVID was, uh, I had to have the ambulance come to my house and pick me up because I was out of it. I was very, very sick. My blood pressure was incredibly low. Um, they said I was speaking Russian, which I don't know how to speak Russian. So I wanted to share with people that, and this has nothing to do with COVID and the vaccines and the controversy over that stuff, whether you believe it or not or whatever. They couldn't figure out, and this was before COVID became COVID and before they knew how to diagnose it. They couldn't diagnose what I had. They sent me home. I almost died from this, whatever it was. And for the next 5 weeks, I struggled to even get through normal everyday exercises, like even going to the bathroom. But I'm going to back up a little bit and share my experience. I was laying in bed, and my wife knew I didn't feel good. And she came in a couple times to check on me. And she knows I'm like most guys. I don't like going to the hospital. We don't like asking for help. We're too proud. And she asked me 2 or 3 times if I wanted to go to the hospital. And finally, the 4th time, I said yes. But while I was there, when I said yes to her, I was in, I guess you could say, a state of suspension. And here's what I mean. I felt no pain, no anger, no resentment, no emotion, nothing. It was the most tranquil feeling I've ever had in my life. And I wasn't afraid of anything. And that was the biggest thing. I had no fear while I was suspended in whatever the heck it was. I don't know. But I see some of the other people that share that they went to the light and it was warm and welcoming. And I didn't get there. I was, I think, at the level before you go there. And it was the most life-changing thing for me because prior to that, I worried about everything, stressed on everything, sweated the small stuff. Now I don't do that. But as people know, when you're gonna die or something's bad happening to you, you ask God or whoever you believe the creator is, you ask him for a second chance. Well, I did that, the same thing. And I said, I would complete everything in my life that I had talked about for years. Now, for me, growing up, I had ADD and I hated learning what others wanted me to learn. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, as you can see all the books in the back. And let me so this year, this is my book, eBay Gold Rush, Strike It Rich as a Power Seller. And yes, that's me in the back. I would say a little bit more handsome because I had some fuzz on my face. And you can get a copy of that right now. Go on Amazon.com, type in eBay Gold Rush, and I'll pull up. Or type in William Durand, and I will pop up. And the reason I show you this is because I've talked about writing a book for 40 years. This wasn't the book, as you can see. Pretty cool, huh? This wasn't the book that I necessarily planned on writing. I had planned on writing this amazing book about my successful life once I got to the certain level of success. Well, I haven't gotten to where I want to go, and it's a continuous journey. So I guess sharing this with people, I hope, gives you a sense of urgency in your life that we're not gifted tomorrow. Whatever we have right now is it. That's it. That's all you got. So I wrote this book. It took me about a year to do it. You can do it a lot quicker with all the technology that we have out there nowadays. And forgive my glasses, they're kind of broken. As you can see, I got tape right there. Not only do I want people to have a sense of urgency, but just a sense of gratitude that you're gifted with a new day. When you get up and you're breathing and you're vertical, you have a choice to either move forward and do things better for yourself, your family, and your community and the world, or you make a choice to just stay where you're at. Some people are comfortable staying where they're at, and that's fine. If that's your life and that's what you enjoy, there's no judgment from me on that part. But if you want to change your life and do something different, you have to do things different. Like, I am still kind of shocked that I was actually able to write a book. This is my very first book. It is 215 pages. And all of this, I wrote all of it. This is not AI generated. This is not ghost written by anybody else. This is my work, my book, and I'm extremely proud of it. I'm trying to get it to be an Amazon bestseller, number one bestseller, so that it shows people that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to selling on eBay. You can get the book and find out all about that. But the reason I do what I do, I find, flip, and profit from things that others would not have value in or not think there was value in. And what can I, here's a good example. All right, so these are, I don't know if you can see that. Won't really focus. Anyway, these are Sacagawea gold-plated dollars from 2000, so they're 23 years old. You know, online, these can go anywhere from a couple $100 to a couple $1,000. And most people would look at that and say, well, it's only worth $1. It's only worth $1 because that's what the value you've given it, your perceived value. But if you go online to eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, anywhere else, any of the platforms that people buy and sell stuff, you can look up there and you can find out the value of almost anything. And it's amazing. I do this every single day. I find stuff all the time that I can flip for a profit. But I really started doing more of it in 2020, right after I got really sick. So near-death experiences are, some people will say they're not real. It's a figment of your imagination. It's all fake. So my question to you is, if the universe is so large, how can we be the only planet with living beings on it? Just doesn't make sense to me. So I give more credit to a higher power because of what I've gone through. And I encourage people to get up every day, appreciate and be grateful for that day, and then proceed forward in a fashion that will help you. Because if you're all tore up, you're broke, you're depressed, all that stuff, you can't help anybody. So let me tell you a little bit more about me, and then you can understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. I grew up without a dad, so from the age of 5 to 32, I was without my dad, and that wasn't by his choice or my choice. My mom made a choice. There was domestic violence involved, and she fled. And so that kind of put me on a different path. I had to be more resourceful, and I had to, if I wanted something newer, I had to buy it because my mom was a single mom, didn't have the money. So fast forward through life, and I will tell you that I've been broke, lost everything I owned twice in my life, was homeless for 5 years. 2.5 of those years, I lived in a hotel room with my wife, 3 kids, and 2 dogs. And it was an incredibly trying time. The other 2.5 years, we lived in uh, I guess you could call it transitional housing to get us back on our feet. We got back on our feet and things are going better, but it's still a work in progress. So this is not where you're going to watch this video and see some magical uh, pill or ingredient or swipe file or link you can click on for you to change your life in an instant. It doesn't happen like that. So all these gurus that are out there online preaching that all you got to do is send a couple emails and you're going to have $1 million in passive income. No, you're not. You have to do the work. So if you're interested in finding out how I do this, go get a book. Go get a copy of your book on Amazon.com. There's a hardcover, there's a soft cover version, and then there's a ebook version. So you could buy it and download it immediately and start reading it. It will give you insight on me, what I've been through, and what I absolutely love doing. So I encourage everybody to get out there, enjoy life, appreciate life, love the people that are around you, that have supported you, and give back whenever you can. So I guess this is my first live I've ever done. Today is September 7th, 2023 at about 4:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Bill Durand. I'll see you again.